Signal. Hey guys, what's up? This is John, aka Agent45764, totally testing, and welcome to episode 6 of Gundam Breaker 3 playthrough. It's been a while. Things like E3 happen, so it's nice to take a break, take all that good stuff in, and digest it, and now we're kind of back on track. A little bit of a day early, but I've been itching to stream, so here you go. So let's check up the setup for this week's Gundam. The Gundam's name is Royal Black. Very simple black and gold motif, nothing too complicated. So as you check the setup to the right, you have the Caledwlch G mode and S mode for the sword and rifles. Pale Rider head, Rozen Zulu body, Sinanju arms and legs, Gundam Virsago backpack, and armed armor DE from Gundam Banshee. So I've been doing some practice runs with this kit, and it's kinda tough, to be honest, to get to the next levels. So we'll see how this goes. It might be a little bit rough, but we'll see. Alright, so story-wise, the last time we left off, we were about to face Mr. Gunpla. We beat the Japan Cup Finals, and we got the right and the privilege to face Mr. Gunpla in the match, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so, how was the E3, guys? Pretty fucking cool, right? You got a little bit of something for everyone in E3 last week. You know, Microsoft announced the new Scorpio that's being worked on console, and they also announced the slim Xbox 360, which is cool. And a bunch of other games. If the Halo, Gears of War, Forza, things you figured you'd expect from Microsoft. Got Nintendo with Zelda, and only Zelda, but that's fine. It's okay. Zelda was great. And then you had Sony, who kind of blew me away, at least, on a lot of games that they had. God of War for one, pretty fucking amazing, in a different twist. You had Resident Evil 7 in VR, apparently from start to finish will be in VR. And it looks different, but good. Oh my god, I'm getting fucking decimated already. You have Skylanders, if you're into that kind of stuff. You're Crash Bandicoot, although not the Crash Bandicoot people were probably hoping for. But a remake of 1, 2, and 3 is at least the first step. They just probably want to see how good that sells, and then if it sells really well, then I'm thinking a new Crash Bandicoot will happen. Call of Duty looked nice. Infinite Warfare. Different again, but a little bit of the same. You have Hideo Kojima's project, which is a big question mark, so it's hard to comment on, but it did look good. And you have everyone else, Ubisoft, Bethesda, and EA, who probably for me and a lot of people did the worst in, presenting their games. I mean, I'm an NHL fan. If you've been on this channel, that's no real, goddamn. That's no real mistake, but I was hoping for NHL 17 stuff. I know they demoed it off at E3 or around E3 in some other building that wasn't in where the convention center was, but that doesn't help me. It would have been nice to know things. I guess they're holding it off to break. To tonight at the NHL Awards, which is very questionable. It makes me think that there isn't much to show off, because who the hell watches the NHL Awards? I think a lot of hockey players don't, or hockey fans don't give a crap about the NHL Awards, but I don't know, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe a lot of people do know about it, do like it, but I severely doubt that that's a thing. Oh. Here we go. Breaker mode against breaker mode. They did show off FIFA 17, which has a 2K-like story mode, which is pretty cool. If you're a FIFA fan, I think you should be psyched about that. But other than that, like, I was looking for some Mass Effect Andromeda news. That didn't really pan out too well. Whole lot of nothing there. I was hoping that maybe EA would have something cool from like Criterion. Criterion's making a VR Star Wars game. I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess, if you're into Star Wars shit. There we go. And Bethesda is making a Quake game. What kind of Quake? Don't know. Rumors say it's Quake Arena, but we'll see what that's going to be. Anything else? Dishonored is okay, I guess. Everything else I don't think I'm very interested in Bethesda. Ubisoft had the South Park game, which was pretty cool. I think it was presented amazingly well, and that I think I might pre-order it. I didn't play the Stick of Truth. Not that because it was bad, it was just it was in my B tier of games to play. But the cool thing is, for South Park, if you pre-order Fractured But Whole, you do get the Stick of Truth for $3.99. Whether or not you get that right away or when the game comes out is kind of vague because the wording is different from whether you read it at GameStop or Ubisoft's website or whatever, so I'm kind of unsure, but you do get it eventually, which again is pretty cool. There's a mountain snow type of game called Steep, which looks promising, but we'll see. It's something new at least. Watch Dogs 2 is okay. I think I'm gonna play it, but it's kind of on that threshold whether or not I want to get it right away or if it's in my B tier of games to buy or eventually not buy. But it's very colorful. Apparently it's pretty big, so it's always cool to see like how they represent each place that they put the games in. Like the first Watch Dogs was in Chicago, and I love that in one of the very early missions you do get to go into like Wrigley Stadium, where the Cubs play, and like go through a mission through that, which is kind of cool. So it'd be interesting to see what landmarks you get to see, and if you can do a like mission again and like at some iconic places, or spot the Full House. This guy is very challenging, but he's going down. Oh, I got him. Yep, I got him. That was pretty intense. Woo!
本当に素晴らしいひとときだった。年がいもなくはしゃいでしまったよ。はしゃぎすぎだよ。
Oh man.
外部から侵入しているのか。たまたまテレビをつけたら引退したチャンプがバトルしていたのでね。
Who is this guy?
君はウィル少年なのか。どうやらその無様なファイターに敗れたようだけど今回もまた勝ちを譲ってあげたのかい。違う、私は全力で戦ったよ。8年前は僕に勝ちを譲ってくれたのに。いや、君よかったね。手加減してくれる優しいチャンプでさ。よせ。彼もこう言ってるんだ。日本一のトロフィーをもらってとっとと家に帰りなよ。
Uh-oh. Cut down, I'm pretty sure. He's just gonna get cut down too. Wow. Wow, he broke her spirit. Apparently he broke that dude's spirit too. That's crazy. And the plot thickens. Fire, rest of money, which I really need.
もう8年も前のことだ。私は多くの国際大会で優勝を重ね、乗りに乗っていた。多くのスポンサーがつき、ミスターガンプラと呼ばれ始めたのもこの頃だ。ある時、私はアメリカで開催された大会に参加し、
Oh, it's Walmart when he was a little kid. Just a little teeny baby Walmart guy.
決勝で私に挑戦すると笑った。私はその子に力を尽くした素晴らしいバトルをしようと口では言ったが、その子が決勝まで残るとは思っていなかった。
And then he let him win, allegedly, and he turned him into a twisted, crazy guy that wanted to take over everything and everyone.
互角の相手と戦う高揚感を思い出させてくれた。年の差なんて関係ない。新たなライバルとの出会いを心から喜んだ。お互いがお互いを高め合い、戦っている間にもさらなる成長を遂げていく。そして素晴らしい時は瞬く間に過ぎ、私は彼に敗れた。私はとても晴れやかだった。決して悔しくなかったわけじゃない。それ以上に素晴らしい満足感が私を満たしていた。しかし、私のスポンサーはそれを許して。
Oh no, he did a nice thing and let the kid win. And the sponsors dropped him like a bad habit.
ミスターガンプラ、少年に夢を与える。そんな見出しだったか。
Oh, it's the media that made it look like he let him win. And now the guy thinks that he let him win. That is fucking crazy.
そういうことになっていた。私はホテルを飛び出し、彼の元へと走った。しかし、
Cause it's like, how could an old guy ever get beat by some little kid? Oh, and then they threw the trophy out.
もう二度とあの時のようなバトルには出会えないと思った。
Now that kid is a teenager and he's got emotions and shit going on and he's pissed.
ファイターであることをやめた。あのバトルは心ない大人たちの思惑で嘘にされてしまった。ならばせめてあのニュースの見出しだけでも本物にしよう。奇抜なファッションに身を包み、道化を演じてでもステージでみんなに夢を与えよう。私はミスターガンプラなのだから。
And he grew an afro. He had long hair and somehow he grew an afro. Crazy.
現役時代を思い出した。あろうことが立場を利用して。
Oh, now he looks normal. Oh, it's a wig.
結局、それが君たちの優勝に水を差すことになってしまった。こんな私がバトルなどするべきではなかった。そうすれば、彼もあんなことは。
Now we gotta clean up this guy's mistake and put the Walmart guy into shape and tell him, yo man, it's okay, don't be mad, and then beat the crap out of him.
おお、そうだな。嫌なことは飲んで食って忘れちまえ。
そうだよ。私たち日本一になったんだよ。日本中に商店街の名前が轟いたんだよ。
そういえばクリーニング屋の新井さんから電話あったよ。もうすぐ出稼ぎ終わって帰ってくるって。
うちには電気屋のワトから連絡あったぜ。商店街復活も遠くねえぞ。
なんだよ、朝から元気だな。
世界大会の招待状が来た。
Oh man, heading to the world tournament. Beat all of Japan, now we're gonna beat the world.
宇宙エレベーター。しかも決勝戦は静止軌道ステーション。当然参加だろう。
当然だよ。
それはよかった。
Oh, here comes Walmart. His real name is Will, but I call him Walmart. Close enough.
顔も知らないのかい？
タイムズユニバース CEO だな。
なんでこんなところに？
こっちに作った百貨店が振るわないんでね。視察だよ。こちらは僕の秘書のようなものだ。ドロシー、挨拶。
What lady?
お初にお目にかかります。ドロシーと申します。ウィル坊ちゃまが尊大な態度で極めて不愉快でしょうが、何卒ご容赦ください。私の顔に免じて。
I think this is gonna be the light threatening part from Walmart, but
初めての日本で
we'll see. Let's see how it goes.
さてお嬢さん、一つ勝負をしようか。
勝負？
奇遇にも僕も世界大会の招待状を持っている。
Oh, there you go.
タイムズユニバースはガンプラチームなんて持ってないでしょ？
うちの一部門に宇宙事業があるんだ。宇宙エレベーターにも出資している。まあそんな縁があってちょっとお願いした。
I don't think they know that this guy was the guy that invaded their match.
そんな勝負受けるわけないでしょ？
お嬢さんは別に出なくても構わないよ。僕が戦いたいのはそこに突っ立ってる君らのエースだ。この間のエキシビション、君はチャンプとの戦いで消耗していた。全力だったらあんなことにはならなかった。なんて言い訳されるのも面白くない。だからさ、もう一度バラバラにしてあげるよ。
あんた、まさかあの時のガンプラ
受けてくれるよね。まあダメならこの辺一帯を側近で買い上げることもできるけど。
そんなの。
それじゃ 宇宙エレベーターでお会いしよう。ドロシー、帰るぞ。
この後は浅草の雷門です。
どうすんだよ。
どうって？
ウィルはうちのエースと戦えればいいってよ。じゃあどうすんだよ。
何が言いたいの？
うちのエースはジョーちゃんだって言ってなかったか？
そんな昔のこと持ち出さなくても。私エキシビションで何もできなかったのに。
だからエースはこいつでいいってのか？こいつだって何もできなかっただろ？一瞬でバラバラ。でも逃げないよな。強え相手が出てきてちょっとワクワクしちゃってるよな。今度やっても負けるかもしれねえけど、商店街とかぶっちゃけどうでもいいよな。
Oh man, fight just to beat the
なんでそんなこと
crap
言う
out
の？
of that
勘
dude.
違いしてるかもしれないから言っとく。商店街をどうにかしたいのはジョーちゃんだ。俺たちじゃない。本気でここを守りたいならジョーちゃんが突っ張んねえでどうすんだよ。
私しばらく留守にする。
まったくよ。エンジニアの仕事じゃねえってな。ロボタの方は俺に任せろ。あとはお前さんだ。近々小規模だが国際大会のツアーが開かれる。お前さんだってもっと強くならなきゃならんだろ。
Got a little dinky dinky tournament to go before the big boy tournament. Alright, as always, let's check the shop, see if we got any more Gunplas. I've been spending money like a crazy person, so I don't really have too much money to buy kits. Not really. These are the last couple that I got. F91, Jesta, Bold Astray, Zabi, and Nataku from Endless Waltz. Again, still no Heavy Arms Custom, still no Serpent. I think I got Epion finally, somewhere around here. Nope, no Epion either. Master grades. It seems like we got more little builders parts things. And any new suits? Nope. Alright, so this might get kind of hairy. We'll see. We're up to chapter 4 now. Oh, it's because it's on hardcore mode. Alright, that's fine. We can do that. Gunpla Battle Tour Asia. Alright, so as these chapters go, apparently it's getting longer and longer as well, so I don't know if we're gonna get too many chapters on this run. What are we at? 23. I'm thinking the missions are probably gonna be half an hour each, so we might get through a couple of them. If we're lucky, they're only half an hour each. Oh, short adult lady girl. Oh, you're so special, lady. Alright, so let's get back to E3 talk while I bash these Gundams apart. We got a little bit more story from those cutscenes. So, where were we? We were talking about EA a little bit, talking about Bethesda. Ubisoft, we were up to Ubisoft, yeah. So, I like the South Park game that's coming out, Fractured Butthole. It's superhero driven. It's pretty much gonna be a mocking of Civil War, which is cool. And it's gonna be more of an SRPG style this time around, where you move around in the grid and you do attacks and stuff, which is pretty cool. I mean, as an RPG fan, that's pretty cool. I don't know if the general populace is gonna like it, to be honest. But if they liked the Stick of Truth and its RPG elements, then I would think they would dig that one as well. It's just a different version of RPG. Oh god, I lost my arm. I'm not interested in Ghost Recon. That demoed pretty badly, and it just reminded me of a bunch of games that I actually like playing. So not really into that. What else do we have? I think that's it for the conferences, at least. Mafia 3 looked kind of cool and interesting. Set in New Orleans. So, see how that goes. No surprise, super surprise announcements, I should say. No Initial D, unfortunately. Not much from Sega in the Sonic front either, which is kind of sad because it's, I think, the 30th anniversary coming up, or 25th or something like that. So you think there'd be a Sonic game of some sort coming out, but no dice. Humble Bundle, at least, is releasing, at least at the time of this stream, a Humble Bundle with a lot of Sonic games as a tribute to Sonic's anniversary. So you guys can check that out. A lot of JRPGs got announced too. Persona 5 looks really cool. I'm pumped for it. I like the art style to it. It's very Persona-y, you know. And the music is very Persona-y too. I think if you like the Persona series, you're gonna be right at home. They had a collector's edition already pre-orderable. The game's not coming out until February in the States. I think it comes out in the fall if you're in Japan. But I pre-ordered the collector's edition. I think it's gonna be really cool. For $90 you get like a school bag, soundtrack, art book, and a bunch of other cool stuff. And like, when you like get a collector's edition for a JRPG from like Atlas or NIS or something like that, they're always worth it, and they're not super expensive. I know in Japan they have a special edition for Persona 5 that's like $130, I want to say. It comes with more other stuff, since it's celebrating Persona's anniversary as well. So there's also that you can pick up. It sucks I have to wait until February to play it. And no, I'm not that crazy that I'm going to import it or anything like that, especially when English is very important to know what's going on in that game. Oh, and of course, I can't believe I forgot I left this one out. Tekken 7! We have a release date for Tekken 7 now, which is awesome. It's coming out early 2017, and if I had to guess, it'd probably be in February or March. They showed off a little portion of the story mode that they're working on, which is probably what the delay is. If they didn't have a story mode or anything really super intensive to work on, I'm pretty sure it would come out in the fall. But they have this crazy story mode that, like, it kind of looks like it's starting out in CG and going into it in-engine, in-game battle, but from what I've read and heard from Katsuro Arata in his interviews, it's actually all in-game engine, except the quote-unquote cutscene parts. They actually slow it down to 30 frames, so it looks more cinematic. And then when you're fighting, they ramp it back up to 60 frames. And that is actually possible with the Unreal 4 engine that they're working on with. If you've played Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator or just Xrd Vanilla, you can see how even though these characters are in quote-unquote 2D, they have 3D plane, like the camera can pan all around them. That's because of Unreal Engine 4's awesome power. So, I totally believe it if they say that all of it is in-game engine, and they're just using magic. Really cool. And Akuma, like, this is my first real look at Akuma. I haven't really followed the arcade version beta testing or tournament or anything that they've been showing it at. This is my first real good look at it, and it looks cool. Akuma plays pretty good. They said that if you're a Street Fighter guy, that you can definitely pick up Akuma and learn them fairly quickly, for the most part. There's new mechanics in Tekken 7 with, you know, armor moves and ultra, I guess, combo kind of moves. They call it Rage Arts. Again, really cool. They made it more exciting, more flashy. I think that was one of the goals they wanted to hit, because like games like Street Fighter and Injustice and stuff like that, they ramp up the excitement with every hit. So they wanted to try to hit that level of excitement as well, without going too overboard. It looks amazing. And since it is running on Unreal 4 engine, we also have a release for PC as well, and they were demoing off the game on PC as well. So that's very exciting. I'm actually torn between whether or not I want to get it on PC or PS4. One of the things that factors into getting the PC version is I already have kind of a stick for PC. I have a PS3 Tekken 6 wireless stick that does work on PC. I have a PS3 fight stick, but it doesn't work on that. One of the questions that I wish someone would have asked Katsuro Arata was if the PS3 sticks would be supported, because that's always one of those big questions you want to ask fighting game fans, because the implementation to put in PS3 stick compatibility is open source, so it's there, but it's up to the developer on whether or not they want it to happen or not. So if it isn't supported, then that kind of sucks, and I think I'd lean towards PC. But if the PS3 sticks were supported, I think I might just go PS4. Also, this is a hot tip for you guys. If you are getting the PC version, Xbox 360 sticks will work on it, on your PC. And just to let you know, Mad Catz doesn't make TE sticks anymore, so finding a stick on eBay gets a little bit harder, and unfortunately it's going to get more expensive as the days go on. So if you are planning on playing on PC at all, whether it's Street Fighter 5, you haven't picked it up yet, or Tekken 7 or something like that, I highly advise you guys to pick up a 360 stick if you want to get it cheap. You can always get the Xbox One version too. Xbox One sticks will work on PC as well. That'd be stupid if they didn't. But those are probably you're not gonna find a real deal on those. Oh man, I'm wasting my heals. Also, no honorable mention, but I think it's on a lot of people's radar. For Honor, I think made by Ubisoft, I want to say. For Honor looks pretty cool, like concept-wise. I think it's kind of interesting where you have Vikings versus Knights versus Samurais. It's like a death battle of some sort that's turned into a game. Pretty interesting concept. So you have that. The game's mechanics seem pretty cool, like a slow Dynasty Warriors type game. Maybe slower than Gundam Breaker. Actually, way slower than Gundam Breaker. But you're fighting a ton of minions to get to the boss, and then you fight the boss. It seems like that kind of game. But it looks really cool and it seems really fun. And it's an awesome concept. So definitely looking out for that. Also, honorable mention, Titanfall 2. A game that I didn't think I was gonna get. I think it might be on my B tier list of games to get. But I think I might get it. The story mode seems pretty interesting. I mean, who knows if they did put a lot of effort into the campaign mode. If it's kind of like Unreal Tournament style of campaign where it's just like, oh, this is one of our multiplayer maps and we're just tacking on a stupid story on there and whatnot, then I don't think I'll be as interested as if it's an actual story. You gotta get to point A, point B, and it's linear and, you know, Call of Duty style or whatever at minimum. But just the story trailer they put up was very interesting. I don't know about multiplayer or any of that stuff. If I'm interested in playing it, that's kind of why it's in it's just gonna stay in the B tier of games that I want to get, and it will never go to the A tier because I'm not sure if I really want to get it for like multiplayer. Like the Titans are a lot faster, which is cool. Obviously they use melee weapons. They did change a lot of things to it. Made it a little bit slower to get around. Not as jumpy as previous games, but the maps are still huge. You still have all these weird minions, so you can't tell whether or not you're fighting real people or AI. And I mean, I understand the concept of having those minions on there, but I'm kind of used to like the Call of Duty style of mapping, and Titanfall doesn't have to be that small in map size, just not as big as Titanfall 1. Like, it was really hard to find people and kill them. That's why they had to put those placeholder minions everywhere, just so that people wouldn't get bored at, like, doing things. But if you have to put, like, placeholder minions like that all around the map, then isn't that a hint that you should probably tone down the size of your map? Just saying. Battlefield 1 does look amazing. Again, on my B tier, because I'm not sure if I would want to play the multiplayer for it. But I'm just impressed by Frostbite engine all the time. This one is no exception. The weather effects look great. The Hindenburg type blimp falling down on the demo stage they put up looked really cool. Weather effects are great. Graphics look pretty decent. And if you're into Battlefield or if you're into World War I shooters, I think you'll be very satisfied by the game. But for me, B tier. Not sure. It really all depends on if I'm willing to put the time in for multiplayer for it. And even Call of Duty, I am really considering for the first time in a long time not buying Call of Duty at launch. I know my friend Bernice tells me that that's just dumb and that I'm gonna buy it day one because all my friends are gonna be playing it, and she's probably right, to be honest. Cause like having a game to play with anyone, whether it's Call of Duty or fucking Overwatch or something like that, like it does increase the chances of buying it, and that's fine. You know, you get to hang out, play some games, and Call of Duty looks really cool. It's interesting, it's different. A little Mass Effect feel to it. But the whole space scene, like, it wasn't as science fiction-y as I thought it was going to be, but maybe it'll be enough science fiction for me to say, okay, this is kind of cool. But there was no real multiplayer reveal at E3. They never really do that. They always save that for later. But the campaign that they showed was interesting. And the way they showed it was not tell you that you were watching Infinite Warfare, that you just watch the trailer and then it tells you it's Call of Duty at the end. I mean, if you're a seasoned veteran of Call of Duty campaigns, then you figure it out very quickly that when the shooting starts, it's Call of Duty. But I think there is some hope to it, and I think it's a smart play for them to be like, well, if you don't like this kind of Call of Duty, you still have Call of Duty Remastered. Although they're gonna charge you for liking boots on the ground, so I think it's a smart play in Activision. It kind of sucks for you and me, but it makes sense. I can't fault them for that. Oh, gotcha. You're done. Boop. Some JRPGs that weren't necessarily at E3. A couple of the, what's it called? The SRPG Japanese mobile suit games. Super Robot Wars. Yeah, that game is gonna come out in English soon. It's not gonna have like, oh, I just maxed out my heals, but it's not gonna have your traditional Gundams or licensed mobile suits for that matter. It's all new and unique suits, which is fine. They look cool, so I mean, it's an interesting buy. I've tried to be a fan of the Super Robot Wars series, but you know, Japanese language in that game is heavy, so it's hard to get into, so I might pick that up. Again, Bandai of Southeast Asia is doing the sub on that, and they did a really good job, at least so far, with Gundam Breaker 3, so I have real good faith in them that they'll translate it really well and they'll come out okay. And it's always a nice game to like play over the summer before the heavy hitters come out. Oh man, 2 Toggies. Toggies 2s. You gotta be careful though. Oh jeez, threw me out of it. Gotta make sure I don't get caught too much. Pull up a bunch of dudes, maybe target one of the Toggies guys so I don't get killed. Oh jeez. Boop. I will say I did have one more long shot bet that I was hoping for E3 because I knew Hideo Kojima was coming to announce something. I mean, granted, it's probably very, 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 very far away from being released. But I was hoping he was going to do like a mobile suit game, kind of a la Zone of the Enders. I replayed the second Runner HD collection the other day, and I fell in love all over again. I mean, the graphics kind of show their date a little bit, show their age. But I love that fucking game. The only thing I don't like about it is the story and the pacing, because instead of like having all these interesting suits to battle, you fight the same one like 5 or 6 times, and then you get a couple of interesting suit battles. And like the biggest strength to that game was the suit battles, and it made me so sad that they couldn't like make more suit battles. But control wise, the game was amazing. The speed of it was perfect, not too fast, not too slow. They really captured the essence of that game. And then since Hideo Kojima made it, you had this story that goes on and on and on and on and on. Maybe not in Metal Gear epic proportions, but it does go on. Well, that was a little bit tough, but I mean, it's hardcore mode, so what did you expect? But we still made it. Alright, Dead and Buster. Oh. So let's just acquire all and end and see what happens. Probably gonna have to sell off some pieces before doing the next mission. I've been pretty lax on trying to sell parts and stuff. I'm just like, let me just get to the mission. I just need money, most importantly. But I did start to max out on a couple of things. Alright. Yes! Serpent Custom! Finally! And now all we need is Heavy Arms Custom and Epion, we're good to go. Another Ashtray Gold Frame. This looks like a super special edition of the Gold Frame. Gold Frame Mina. This is something different. I kind of wish that they would just lump these kinds of kits together so that they can put in more kits, but I guess it wouldn't be quote unquote legit, so it's whatever. Alright, let's get to the next one. This is the GBTA 1 Finals. Oh, yep. Gotta sell some parts. See what we gotta sell. We have Yeah, 921 of 900. Ouch. Alright. Let's just start from like here so we don't like accidentally sell the part that we have. And B. Yes. 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 Yeah, so this is my life right now. I kinda didn't I didn't start sorting things out until a little bit later in the game, so now I have all these like super common parts, and it's maxing out my inventory. So at some point, I'm just gonna go through all of these and just clear all the common parts, and then that way it shouldn't take as long to fill up. But until then, this is my life right now. Where are we at? We are at 50 minutes. Alright, that should be good enough for the time being. Unless I'm maxed out somewhere else. Actually it'll probably tell me if I go in again. Alright, we're good. Alright, depending on how long this one is, we'll leave this to the last one. Oh! I love this. This map is pretty awesome. I encountered this map randomly through Gundam battles with CPUs, not in the story. This fucking map is awesome. It's a city. It's like G Gundam kind of. You're over a city and it's a fucking grid. It's so cool looking. Great job, Bandai Namco. Great job on this one. Couple of dudes. It looks like G Gundam guys. Fine. Let's go. Ooh. Wow, that guy blew me up pretty good. Don't want to get too cocky. Try to at least take down one of these guys. Ooh, 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 ooh. I kind of feel like at this point, like I need level 20 parts, and once you get to like 11 or 12 or even 13, like it is hard to get up those levels. Like you need money, and that is one thing I don't have. I mean, especially when I'm making multiple builds. So maybe like for the last couple of episodes, however this lasts, I feel like we're heading towards the end of this. I mean, unless there's like Galaxy Championships or something like that. Which there might, who knows. But I might just pick a build to stick on and just put in a ton of money on it and just go for it. Because it is definitely getting more difficult. I mean, I also have a hardcore mode, but I think level has something to do with it as well. Come on, kill that one dude at least. There we go. Oh god. Up. Laser at him. Almost up to limit break. Oh, how about no Final Fantasy VII for E3? No Final Fantasy announcement. I guess we're not gonna see that game for maybe another year or two more. Which I guess means the episode's gonna be pretty big, so that's cool. Sucks we don't see it now, but it means that we might get a huge episode for episode 1. Final Fantasy 15 though, very concerning. I heard the demo did not demo well. There were problems with the demo. And That's always concerning. We did get a release date. It's September 20th. And there is a VR version. Just a VR segment of the game. Nothing crazy. You just shoot at a thing and hit the shoot button. And I think you're on a rail bit for the most part. Jeez, I don't know how many dudes I have to go through, so this is a little bit concerning. But I wasn't too impressed by it. I mean, I wasn't gonna get Final Fantasy 15 anyway. I'm a little bit done with Final Fantasy. To be honest, 13 was just like the last straw for the most part, and it's just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just gonna settle that 8 is my favorite one, and nothing's gonna change that. I might play the 7 remake, just because I know that game's gonna be good regardless, unless they really fuck it up and put like stupid like additions to the game. But you know, we'll see. Kingdom Hearts 3 wasn't really there, but 2.8 was. And that looked okay. But also, no real good release date for Kingdom Hearts 3. I think you got like 2017 or something like that for it, but no, it's whatever. You do have another Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse coming out for Bandai Namco. Might as well give them some love since we're playing their game. Though not just Tekken. You also have Attack on Titan, which is coming out. That's made by Koei Tecmo. It's not even a Dynasty Warriors type game. It looks pretty cool. You're flying around, you're swinging like Spider-Man, and you're doing Attack on Titan stuff. So if you're into that series, I would definitely check it out. Don't be afraid that it's made by Koei Tecmo if you're not into Dynasty Warriors type games, because it's really not like that. But I know it's been out in Japan for a little bit, and I'm glad they're bringing it out west. They would be dumb not to do that since Attack on Titan is so popular. I mean, for crying out loud, they fucking have like One Piece, Dynasty Warriors One Piece come out like 3 or 4 times. This guy gone. Doing good. Doing great here. One RPG that I wish they would bring back or HD remaster or something was Xenosaga. That fucking series got a raw deal. If you played all 3 games, you would know what I mean. The first game, very high production, then you can just see it just go downhill as the series went on. By the time 3 hit up, you had no voice acting. The graphics are good. The graphics improved per game, which give them credit for that. But it's just the production value went down and it kind of suffered game-wise. And I liked the series. I liked the lore. It was really cool. But I would love to see like a remake or remaster of it. I know a lot of people have been asking Katsuhiro Arata for a Xenosaga remaster, and he's like, probably not. So that's why I know there's probably not going to be a Xenosaga remaster fuck, another round of these guys. Running out of healing items, man. Alright, here we go. Oh man, whoa. That was quick. Shield. Ooh, ow. I want to use the kill as fast as soon as possible. And I have to connect on my EX moves. Have to. Gotta knock these guys down a peg. But overall, I think this was a good E3. There's a lot of VR going on. I'm kind of pumped for VR. What Sony did made me want to get a PlayStation VR, although you can't pre-order it anymore, so kind of moot point there, I guess. I mean, they might open pre-orders again at some point, or maybe I'll just wait it out. If you do have $800 or something and a good PC already, then you can get an Oculus Rift or HTC Vive. Those are two really good options. Oculus might give you Xbox One exclusivity games. They might have a deal in the books, or some shady backdoor deal. So I think VR is gonna be pretty cool. Just not even like for the VR elements, but just to have like a screen anywhere you go. I know there have been portable screens before, but I don't know if this is how, oh fuck, I whiffed, like that's bad. I don't know if this is how like the Oculus Rift will work, probably not, but like at least for the PSVR, what they're saying is that you can plug it into any HDMI type of thing, like a PS4 or PS3 or something like that, and it'll work. You just won't have the VR capabilities. It'll just play on your screen like it's, you know, stationary. Ooh. I don't know what's going on, but alright. I gotta beat. It's almost dead. There we go. A little bit of breaker action. With that, because it's slow as fuck, and then shoot him with a bunch of lasers. And now he's behind me, and now he's not doing it. I think the fall is gonna be really busy for me. Forza Horizon 3 is a good game that I haven't really mentioned. The one cool thing that I got out of the Microsoft conference was if you buy a digital copy of something that's Microsoft exclusive, like Gears of War or something like that, and it's cross-play, you get the copy through Windows 10 as well. So if you buy the digital copy of Xbox One, you get the Windows 10 version for free, and vice versa, which is really cool because I have an actual computer that can run games at 1080p, you know, at least 1080p, which is good. And I get to play those games for free. I don't have to pay it once. I know there's the whole thing about Xbox Live and whether or not, like, if you play on PC multiplayer, if it's free or not. That they didn't really address, so that's still up in the air, I suppose. Or if you're a PC player, I guess you might be a little bit salty, or Xbox One player, you might be a little bit salty or not care. Alright, please let it be the end. Oh, thank God. I had like no more healing items left. I'm gonna use it all now. All of a sudden it's like, psych! Alright, material. Sharku Haru Dendien. Burning Gundam Body, Master Gundam Body. Action becomes selectable, the above part list is selected, and that's like, I believe it's the Hadouken or the Shoryuken. One of those two. Ooh, white mega rifle. That looks pretty cool. Very, very like futuristic, dystopian, no color kind of thing. Important parts. And 105. Oh, we still have a little bit more time.
さあみんなが待ってる商店街に帰るぞなんてことにはならないんだよな
おい久しぶりだな。
どうしたのこんな時。ミサちゃんは？
ロボもエンジンのおっさんもいねえじゃん。一人なのか？
二人だ
なんだ妹連れてきてるのか。小さくて見えなかったぞ。
So anime, making fun of somebody because she's short.
名前は1個しかねえよおいこら学生私はなお前らの倍は生きてんだよ
で、なんで他のみんなはいないんだ？
無視すんな
ああ、あのエキシビションな。見てたよ。
それでロボタ君は回収中でミサちゃんは一人で修行の旅に出た。あの子アグレッシブだね。
で、お前はこのツア
This
ー
is
に
the
来たって
mountain
ことか。
turning.
だったら一緒に出ましょうよ。ファイター2人より3人の方が有利だし。
サポート3人もすんのかよ
望月ちゃんつったっけ？俺たちにサポートはいらねえよ。
これでも沖縄宇宙飛行士訓練学校の生徒なのよ。ハードもソフトも必要な知識は持ってるわよ。
I'm gonna get mad
お前
again.
ら大塚なかなか優秀じゃないか
Oh,
よーし、沖縄宇宙飛行士訓練商店街チーム結成だ。
宇宙服でも売ってんのかその商店街
Alright, let's check the shop. We're almost to the end of the high grade list. Nothing new, unfortunately. Next mission. Good company on the road. GA2 qualifiers. Monolith demolition. Alright, so we do have help from these guys. So yeah, let's do this last one and then we'll call it a night. Man, I really do miss streaming. This is really cool. It's like it's been so long, and like I mean, I've been keeping you guys in the loop by doing recordings and stuff, but this is really cool. I like it. And you know, progressing through the story and stuff's pretty cool too, cause like I kind of want to end this soon-ish, and hopefully it's ending soon. It doesn't look like there's much left. But these stages will probably get drawn out longer and longer. But I do have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants in Manhattan that I can play through. As much as people say it's a short game, it kind of isn't. I mean, I've played a couple of the stages just to get a feel for it, and it is in that 6.550 out of 10 territory. So reviewers are kind of more or less spot on with their assessment. I might be slightly biased because I like the Ninja Turtles, so I'm going to give it a little bit more slack, but I'm not going to give it a 7, I'm not going to give it an 8 or above. I think the best this game is, that Turtles in Manhattan is going to be is a 6.5. which is passing if you are in school right now. Although they might have lowered the passing grade since I went to school, but who knows. But 6.5 I think is a fair starting point, and then we'll see how things go by gameplay and stuff. It could go as low as a 5. I don't think it's gonna get any lower than a 5, to be honest, because the game isn't like broken or anything, and there are shittier games that I can tell you that deserve a 5 or less. But really quickly, I guess, the key points that like people have been talking about, like it's not running 60 frames. I don't really care. It's not like it's graphically amazing anyway. It's all cell shaded, so it's fine. I think people are just butthurt they got lied to by Platinum Games, and I can see why they would put that against them. I never knew about that statement that they made about the 60 frames to 30 frames thing, so I have no bias towards that. But we'll see. I only played like there's 3 stages, 3 levels of it or something. There's like 9 or 10 I want to say. So there's definitely a decent amount of game to go through. But that's for later. And we can also jump into Uncharted 4 multiplayer. I don't really want to do the the single player playthrough of it. It's first of all, I think the story's so good that everyone should be in a media blackout and just play that game blind because it's so good. It's one of the few games that I would confidently give a 10, even though there are quirks and little things that are wrong with the game. But I would give it a 10. The only other 10 I've ever given a game is Metal Gear Solid 4 for PS3. That game delivered 100% and then some. And when I played Uncharted 4, I got the feels of Metal Gear Solid 4. And it's kind of hard to explain. It's not like how the game played or that the games were common or relatable or whatever. It's just the feeling I had playing that game was similar. Like, it was like a moment of this game has delivered everything it's promised, and the little things that are in this game make it fucking amazing too. They've paid attention to detail, which at times is very hard because it's like, why would anyone focus on this one little thing? Like, for example, in Uncharted 4, like, why would anyone care that Nathan Drake lives in a messy home or whatever? But it's that little detail that makes you think Nathan Drake's a real person. Like, he doesn't pick up after himself. He leaves towels on the floor, and you know, just like everyone else does. So I mean, it's like stuff like that is really cool. And Metal Gear Solid just gave you what it delivered and then some, with its sometimes 30-minute fucking cutscenes and shit. God, I'm so glad Uncharted 4 didn't go that route at least. Oh, and the one other thing that I love about Uncharted 4 is you can play through the single player again with skins on, which is so cool. I missed that. I love that in Uncharted 2. That's what made me replay that game for the most part, is to replay it like as different characters. So maybe one of these days I'll play Uncharted 4 with a different skin or whatever. and just go through that, but that won't be for a very long time. So that's gonna be more or less the summer. I think if I milk out Turtles in Manhattan, I think that would take us into like August or September. But I think I probably don't want to like milk that one too much since the game's not that great. So maybe I'll find something over the summer to play. I mean, I was looking at some JRPGs that were on sale. There's a couple that piqued my interest. I mean, I don't really have time for JRPGs anymore, so I don't play as much. But I mean, things like the Scion stuff are on sale all the time for like very little, like $15 or less. So it's always like interesting to pick up or buy and play for a little bit. But if we can get to at least September, there's NHL 17 that's gonna come out before the season starts. I'm assuming a release date is gonna show up on their gameplay reveal. And I'm thinking it's gonna be 9, probably sometime in the last week of September, or mid-September when the World Cup of Hockey is going on. One of the two. But it's gonna be before the actual NHL season starts. It usually is. I might have Madden in my pocket, Madden 17. That's supposed to be pretty good, but I wouldn't count on it. That's gonna be in August. I mean, if I really have to fill something in, I might get it, but we'll see. And then we can always go back to Call of Duty if all else fails and get psyched up for Infinite Warfare. I haven't played Black Ops 3 in a while, so playing that game is gonna be a whole new experience. There's new specialists, new guns, a lot of new things. There's gonna be another map pack dropping at some point that I probably wouldn't have played. So a lot of cool stuff. As long as I wait it out a little bit longer. And I'm kind of waiting for Overwatch to put in their rank system so the sweaty tryhards will get away from quick play. As much as I like to play on the team and stuff, like people bossing me around is probably the worst. That's the only reason why I don't like that game. Community is a little bit bossy. Like, at least in Call of Duty, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You don't have to listen to people. But like, in Overwatch, yeah, okay, I understand. You can't have 5 Soldier 76s or whatever, but you know, let me do what I want to do, or pick the person according to whoever else is there left. You know. So I'm kind of just waiting until ranked play starts, and then I'll start up Overwatch. But I don't think I can stream it with my rig right now. They'll probably fold. Oh, lived way too far for that one. Oh, Mala stuff. Some weird crotch shot of something. It looks like a version of something. Doesn't say on there. H2 normal? Oh, that's some. Oh, what? Come on. Come on. Oh, maybe I can stream the Street Fighter 5 story mode that eventually will drop apparently soon. But I have Street Fighter 5 on PC, but maybe it'd be a good litmus test to see if this PC can actually stream PC games and do live streaming at the same time. And it's Street Fighter 5 story mode, so it's not like it's anything, you know, crazy. Man, that game, Street Fighter 5, man, if you're not in competitive play, man, it's getting beat up like crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure the story mode is gonna be ridiculously bad as compared to what Tekken 7 is doing. I think the story mode for Street Fighter 5 is just gonna be very, very. You're gonna know it's rushed because it's just gonna be cutscene fight, cutscene fight, cutscene fight, cutscene fight, cutscene fight, cutscene fight. It's just not gonna be good. But who knows? But apparently they've been working on it for a while, and that's why it's not in the initial release. So we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Come on. You know you wanna just fold already. That's fold. Lasers at you. No. I think we hit the invisible wall. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh. Wow, that like hardly phased them. Oh, another game that's coming out that maybe not a lot of you know, because it's made by Konami, and as you know, Konami doesn't make games anymore. I mean, in the sense of console gaming and stuff. But Dance Dance Revolution Ace is set to release in the United States tentatively July. There's very little information around, obviously, because Dance Dance Revolution isn't really a thing anymore. But they're supposed to release in Dave & Buster's stores. And Dave & Buster's has their summer lineup already all released except for one cabinet that they said that isn't going to be released until July 20th. And if I had 5 cents to bet, I would bet that that's DDR Ace. So that's pretty exciting. I mean, if you're a DDR fan or, you know, like dancing games and stuff, you have another one to play. For the most part, it's going to be new songs. They took out maybe 5 or 6 songs from previous versions, so whatever was on the 2004 version of Dance Dance Revolution, which I think was called DDRX, or DDR10, whatever you want to call it, is going to be on DDR Ace as well, which is pretty good. And, you know, I've been running and, you know, not trying to be more active and stuff, so it'd be cool to see if my DDR skills are still okay. I've never been that amazing at it, just good enough to like not suck, so it'll be nice to relive the old days, if anything. Alright, let's see where we're going. Ah, more dudes, jeez. Come on. I feel like this is gonna be like a sub-boss battle at some point. Like, this area usually is like sub-boss level land, unless there's fucking even more things to do. And I don't know where all the other dudes are. Apparently they're down. So for what it's worth, their last real game release, unless you're into, you know, pachinko machines, for Konami is going to be Dance Dance Revolution. And who would have thought? Oh, here we go, some boss. What a shocking revelation. But who would have thought the last Konami video game is gonna be Dance Dance Revolution? I mean, will they make more DDR mixes? It's not. I mean, it's easy to make. They just have to re-up the licenses for the songs. That's about it. Whether or not they're willing to do that, I guess, is the real question. And if they are, then another DDR mix is coming. And if not, then this is the end. And that's sad. Because I don't think you're ever gonna get another In the Groove. And I don't know if there'll ever be another dancing game that will use 4 pads that doesn't get sued by Konami, because they'll still be like, well, we still own the fucking rights to this shit, so we'll get off our fucking patent or something, you know? So this might be it. And it's a fucking good thing that, like, things like companies like, or programs like Stepmania exist, because, like, fucking, you can go on forever with that. And if you have a halfway decent computer, like, my friend Brittany, she's got it set up running on fucking Windows XP, and it's fine. Like, a halfway decent rig will play Stepmania. You hook some fucking pads to it. Although they are getting rare to find too. If you want some decent metal pads, they are rare to find. Soft pads, not as rare. Really shitty pads, definitely not hard to find. But, you know, since the whole fad has kind of come and gone, just like the fight sticks for Mad Catz, like, it gets harder and harder to find this stuff. So, I mean, if you're at all wanting to, play those games and stuff, like, in the real way, then you fuck! Right after I killed him, you might want to invest in a hard pad or something like that, even if it is a couple $100, because they will be gone soon. Just like fight sticks, it might be $150 right now to get an Xbox 360 one or something, but you know, there's flexibility to it. You can play it on PC. It's not like it's any different from the Xbox One version, except you can't play it on Xbox One. But more importantly, you can play it on PC. So, you know, you're kind of investing for the future in that kind of sense. Although it doesn't work the same for like things like Rock Band and Guitar Hero. You're not really investing in the future on that, because those, I think their second chance has come and gone with this iteration of the current gen stuff, and then it obviously didn't do too well, so they're kind of fucked. I mean, and I kind of understand, because like I have Guitar Hero for Xbox One. I played it a couple of times and I'm done with it. I mean, maybe once in a while I'll open it up and like play it, but it's just like, well, I already know how this works now, so I don't really care anymore. And there was a nice little gimmick for the story mode and whatnot. That was kind of cool. And I'll give them that, but you know, if I want to play a song or something, I'm just gonna air guitar it, you know? And like their way of using like tokens or something to play a song, and if you run out of tokens you have to buy more tokens or some shit, that is fucking crazy. They actually found a way to put microtransactions in that game. Ridiculous. Ugh. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I should probably kill these guys first. Yeah. I feel like there's a sub boss in this one too. I don't know who has the ground break, but alright. Ooh, I actually did some damage to those in the air a little bit. Oof. And boom. Drum break, bop. Where's that dude? Oh, well, I do have a free second. I'd like to congratulate Nicole and Sean on their upcoming wedding this Saturday. Pretty good people. And, you know, they've been together for a long time and whatnot, so that's cool. Can't wait to celebrate with you guys. And I hope you guys have, you know, very long marriage and all that wonderful stuff. So, like, really busy couple of weeks for me. Like, I went to a birthday party last weekend and a wedding, and next week is 4th of July. A lot of cool stuff. I mean, I know summer is usually the time that games don't ever come out, and I'm fucking glad that this is the off season for video games in a way, or catch up, if you want to call it too. Just like so many things to do, and then you just want to go out and like do stuff, and then have a backlog to catch up on. Is just a godsend to have a break from games coming out. Oh, and I can't believe I forgot to... Alright, really quickly, because I didn't really want to talk about Mighty Number 9, because I haven't played it at all, so my opinion's kind of not worth anything. It's worth like 10% of nothing. So grain of salt here. But first of all, I just want to say, people who complain about Kickstarter being bad for games, Kickstarter doesn't do anything. They just have they're just the funding money part of things. They don't develop the games. They don't do anything. If you're gonna blame someone, blame the game developer. Blame the people that worked on the game, because they're the ones that control the fate of that game, not Kickstarter. Kickstarter is just a way to give your money to those people who you have faith in to make a good product, and hopefully they come through. For Mighty Number 9's instance, not so much. But again, I haven't played it, so I don't know. I saw a playthrough of it, like maybe the first couple of chapters or whatever, and it felt soulless. I know, again, it's a thing that can't be measured, feeling for a game, but it's like, it's the total opposite feeling that I had with Uncharted. With Uncharted, I was like, you know, I was blown away by all the little things that game had. In Mighty Number 9, I I just didn't feel anything. Not good, not excited, not this game is terrible, like bad in a way, just nothing. It felt soulless to me. And obviously that's not a good sign. The art style is not something that I would like, only because that some of the times, not all of the time, the character would blend in with the background and scenery and stuff, so it'd be hard to track where the guy was. I mean, there are other times when like they're underground or something and it's very obvious, and that's fine, but you always want to be able to track your character at all times. So that kind of felt weird. And then there are things that like people have been talking about, like controls and stuff weren't that great, but again, I haven't played the game, so I don't really know. It's just a really bad start, in my opinion. It was a super hyped game because it was one of the first Kickstarters that was kickstarted from a very famous developer person. That's why it got so much hype and why it gets so much hate now. If it gets a 5, it's a huge disappointment. I understand that. But I'm waiting for a Humble Bundle to come out with it, and then I'll try it. I mean, I'll give it a shot. Just like I gave Ninja Turtles a shot. I knew it wasn't going to be the greatest game in the world going into it, but I still gave it a shot. And like I said, if I started out as a 6-5 game and just play through it, and if it's that bad, then it's going down to a 5, it could go worse. But we'll see. That's way down the line. Maybe a Steam sale will happen. I'll get lucky or something. But definitely don't blame Kickstarter. I know a lot of people have noted that like Hyper Light Drifter and Undertale and games like that were kickstarted. Again, that's on the developer. The developers did an amazing job on those games. With what they got. Kickstarter was just the money part where people would pool their shit in, so don't blame that. It also makes me scared of Shenmue 3, which is again backed by Yu Suzuki, who has similar clout to KJ Inafune. So I'm just a little bit scared about that. I want Shenmue 3 to be good, but I think that's a little bit far away. We won't know until maybe 2 years from now? 3 years from now? We probably won't see it at E3 next year. Oh, jeez. You fucking lose out to Mark 2s. Great. Super fantastic. I have no more healing items. Except my stock one. This is gonna be fun. Might as well deploy this thing right away. Deploy that right away as well. Where am I going? I wish you can direct it, but that would be too much and make it OP. Boop. Oh. How about I share you guys a nice little tradition that me and my friends made for 4th of July, and it does involve Gundam. So, as a tradition, I guess now, we get like a garbage kit, like no grade. I think the last year we did Wing Zero, and it was like the old school like high grade version. Like it was a garbagey kit no one cared about. We strapped it onto my friend's sword for safety. We put a bunch of fireworks around it, lit it, and gave it a proper farewell, I guess you can call it. I have a video on it at some point, and maybe I'll upload it onto YouTube so you guys can see it, but it's really cool. The thing melts really fast. Who would have thought, but it is plastic after a while. The cool thing was, like, you can see like the thing on fire, and then the plastic drips would be on fire, and just like, what is going on? So this year I think we might get a little bit more creative. There are still garbage kits among us that we can get rid of and build, but we're gonna step it up a notch and see what can happen. Although we do have the one rule of let's not blow our thumbs off. That's a Jason PR all joke if you didn't get that. But I was thinking I have a Gundam Arc 78 high grade that I can build, and we can just pose it in the final pose with the gun shoot where he's pointing up to the sky and it's all broken up, and then we can shoot with fireworks, which is cool. But we'll see. And if you're an officer, no, we don't do that at all. I don't know what you're talking about. That is all made up. No, none of that stuff ever happens. Ah, geez, these Musha guns are fucking tough. That dude's got beam shielding. Hate the startup on that, so slow. I'm about to get another EX. This guy's gone at least, so that's good. Don't have to worry about him. Where's the other guy? Oh, there we go. Almost there. A little bit more. There we go. Where is this guy? And this. Barely touched them. Wow, this is gonna take a while. Very long while. Oh, one more thing. It's 4th of July coming up, so be safe with fireworks. Don't blow your arms off. I think a shield with beams will actually like do a little bit. Oof. Get a bunch of that damage like it was breakfast. Blocking. God damn it. Alright, beam shielding's gone at least. For the time being, apparently. Come on. Get out of here. Oh, the purple coloring actually reminded me. If you like Trials and if you like Far Cry Blood Dragon. Definitely pick up Trials Blood Dragon. It is a fun game for $15. It's on Xbox, PS4, and PC. It's totally worth it. And if you're kind of hesitant, because you know Trials is a difficult game and it can get frustrating, don't fret. Its difficulty of leveling is not that big. There's different mechanics to the game. You guys would totally love it. It's not meant to be hard. It's meant to be a little bit challenging but fun at the same time, and a little bit different too. For $15, it was definitely fucking worth it. Like hands down. A great game. Like solid 8.5. And I'm not even through the whole game. It's a pretty decently long game too. Definitely check it out if you're into those kinds of games. Acquire. I shouldn't be acquiring too many things, but whatevs. Alright. We're gonna get any more story out of this, or if that's it. Nope, that is it. We'll check the shop one more time and put a bow on this one. Nope, nothing new, no MG parts. No, nothing. Or Blady. That's about it. Alright, thanks guys for watching this stream as always. Totally appreciate it. You can follow me at Jin4576 on the Twitter or on PSN by the same handle. You can subscribe and like and do all those things. You guys know what to do. Hopefully I'll be back here next week with another stream. Whether or not you're gonna see another build is another question. I might have to just go back to a previous build and just level up the crap out of that one and pound out the last couple of stages of this game. I think we're heading towards the end, so this might be one of the last few ones, but we'll at least have one more. So we'll see. I mean, those stages were really long. But thanks again for watching. My name is John, aka Jin4576, and this is Totally Testing Live Gundam Breaker 3 Episode 6, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!